Hello everyone. This is Coach Reverend Mel. But this just Mel today since I'm doing my art. I am going to show everyone how I work with resin to make my jewelry and my art. You can see this one. I made this one out of resin. It's a necklace. It's the sign of Om. It's a meditation sign. Om represents peace, tranquility. And most people, when they're meditating, they're like, well, not most people, but some people, when they meditate, they kind of like recite that sound, and it helps to bring about the peace and calmness in your body, within your chakras and all your energy sources, energy areas. So, with that being said, without getting off path, I'm going to show you how I make my resin necklaces. And this one is a chakra necklace specifically. If you look real good, you can see some of the different chakra colors in it. So I'm going to show you how to make them. And I'll have all the information down in the description below. Hopefully, I'll have it all. Because some of the things I bought by hand at Hobby Lobby. So I'll be sure to share that with you as well. So let's begin. So these are some of the things that you're going to need if you're going to make the necklaces. It depends on what you want to make. I'm going to make necklaces today, but the most important product is this. It's called Amazing Clear Cast. It has, you can get this at Hobby Lobby. Sometimes they have it at Walmart. You can get it offline at Amazon. And what does it have inside of it? It has 2 bottles. Part A and Part B. Part A is the 2-part clear coating resin and casting resin. Part B is the part 2 is the part clear coating and casting resin. So basically, you have to take these two and mix them. Actually pour each piece equally into separate cups and then pour them both into another cup. So you need these 2 things. And in this box, they have these bottles. These are each about 16 ounces each. So it depends on how much art you're going to create. You can get this also in 2 big jugs. If you're going to do a whole bunch, that way you don't have to keep buying it. Lately, I've been buying these because I haven't really been doing a lot of my art. And this is the start of some of them I was going to start, and I just never got around to it because, of course, I saw a squirrel. So I'm going to finish these off and show you in some of the empty ones what I do, and also show you some of the final results of this. This one is like a gold color in the inside. You can't see it really well, but that's a gold color. But I wanted to do something different because normally I just do the crystals in clear resin, but I decided to change it up a bit. And I'll show you that in the end. So again, we're going to need, I'm going to pull this back a little bit so I don't feel like I'm so far away from the table. You're going to need, depending on what you want. The box, again, it cut these 2 bottles. It has 3 sticks, and you use these 1 for one resin, 1 for the other resin, and they should never cross-contaminate. And then this one would be for the big one. This is the one that I'm going to use a cup for stirring both resins once I pour them both into this cup. They send you these 3 cups to use also in the box, but I go to the Dollar Tree so much I just buy these. You also need, where are my I just had them. I literally just had them, my gloves. Sometimes I do this without gloves, and so it gets a little sticky and murky. So hold on 1 second, and I am going to go get my gloves. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got my gloves. It is imperative that you use these because, again, it gets very sticky, especially with the spillages. You can wash your hands, but it takes maybe a couple washes or a few washes for it to come off. And it's probably best not to do that. But me, of course, I'm hard-headed. So, you need your gloves. So, you need, at the end of this, depending on what you want to do, like I said, these are hearts. And what I've created are necklaces out of them. So, I'll show you this one again. This was a resin necklace. And depending on what you want to do with it, you make sure that you have those clasps. See that clasp in the back of that? It's like a little clasp because you need to put the chain through it in order for the necklace to hang down. These, in particular, I got small clasps for these. So I had to improvise on trying to make sure that the necklace chain or the dark rope stayed attached to the clasp because it wouldn't fit through the hole. Because of the necklace itself, the edges and everything, the chains and everything on the clasp and everything on the end of it wouldn't fit through that hole. So what I did was the next time I decided to go to Hobby Lobby, I got bigger clasp and I got gold this time. So you can see it and you can see what I mean by the hole. So the chain can fit straight through it. Okay. So this is another item that you can get from Hobby Lobby. I got gold, but they do have silver and they come in bigger sizes. So this is the bigger size that I got, so I can actually make it work. Like this one. It's on the bigger clasp. The one in the back. And it goes straight through. So I didn't have to tie it and play with it. So now, what else do you need? Oh yeah. The chains. It depends. Now see this part, this is what I use. I was initially using actual chains. I would go and find some, go to the Hobby Lobby and go down the aisle where they have the necklace chains and everything. And I would buy them maybe like 3 or 4, in a pack or something. It depends on what you want to do. These here, I actually got off of Amazon.com. They're black ropes with the clasp and other part at the end. So I'll put that in the description box. I'll find the link and I'll put that in the description box. So you'll see those if you want to get those. Also, you need to have color. Since I've already done some in color, I'm not going to do color. I'm going to do actually maybe one. And I don't have any paint with me. Oh, I have to get up again. Oh my God. Okay, let's try this again, y'all. Hold on. Okay, we got the color. So you can see what I did with these right here, because these are already half colored. These have half resin in them and they're colored in gold. So I'm going to show you what I did and how I did that. So I have 2 extra cups. So you can see what I did. So now, I think we're going to get started. Okay, as I said before, I'm going to set this to the side because I have to do the mixing first. I'm going to put these right here on the towel. Usually there's something a little bit flatter, but I want to use those right now. Oh, also, if you want to put one more thing, if you want to put in your necklaces if you want to put crystals like I did in mine. I have crystals in mine. Various ones. I have citrine in this one, but it has a black background. Let me show you real quick. And then I have the background like this, so it looks like this. And then, of course, you saw the clear one. So, you know, that one doesn't have any color in it at all. It just has clear resin and the crystals. So, it depends on what and how you want to design it. Whatever your fancy is. If you just want to make them clear, if you just want to put a few crystals in, but I will show you how all that's done. So you might want to go to, like, if you know of a crystal store in your area that they sell them, look that up and find out where they are. I know in Michigan, 9 Mile and on 9 Mile in Ferndale. 9 Mile in Ferndale, there's a place called Nighted Candles or something like that. And that's where when I lived in Michigan, that's where I got all my crystals at. Literally. Crystals, bracelets, everything. I miss that place. I haven't been there so long. Very nice, family-oriented company. You can feel the positive energy in there. It's so calm and so peaceful. And so, yeah. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to. Now, so these cups normally have a line. They'll tell you, like, these cups that come in the bag, they have, like, cc's, like milliliters and stuff like that. So you can measure to make sure that you're pouring equal amounts into the cups. So since I'm not using these, I'm using these red cups. They sell them at the Dollar Tree. But there's a line up here. There are 2 lines. I usually pour and stop at this first line up here. You see the first line right here? That's the line I stop up. There's another one above it, but I don't go there. I go there. I go to the first line. So, again, you have A and B. B is a little bit yellower than A. And you got to make sure you keep the tops with the right bottles. Because the minute you cross-contaminate, it'll start to harden up. That's important to remember. So I've had to continually remember that. So I basically just poke a hole in it, if I can. There it is. And then pull most of this off so it doesn't interfere with your pouring. If you can get that silver covering off of it, really good. I'm going to do that for both of them. And what I usually do is I keep this one for one. I keep whatever the cups that I'm using for each one on each side. So the cup for this one will be here on this side, and the cup for so along with this thing, popsicle stick, basically. I keep it all on one side together, and the same thing for this one. So I just poked the hole in this one. I'm getting ready to pull the top off of it. And it just helps a lot when you take all of that off. And as you can see, my gloves are getting some stuff on it. But it's good because I have gloves on. So, again, this stays over here. So now I'm going to start pouring until I get up to that line, like I told you. So it'll be even. And you want to make sure that you're on a flat enough surface. Because if you don't pour equal amounts of this, and you'll notice that one is thicker than the other one. Part A is thicker than the other one. So you kind of want to be careful when you pour these. And I'm pouring up to the line, using the stick that goes with it to stop it. I'll leave that in there because eventually I'm going to have to scrape it out. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. This is part B. Pouring it to the line. Whoop. And this one is thinner. Pours a little bit faster. Get it close to the line. Whoop, pull back. And of course I spilled a little bit of it. Gotta love it. The life of an artist. You try so hard not to mess up and then it happens anyway. So it is what it is. And this is my art table. So, and this is a table that I'm also going to redo. I'm going to paint over it, do a nice pretty acrylic, a resin painting over it. Not sure yet, but yeah, it's going to be different. So, putting the top back on this one. Putting the top back on this one. It sounds tedious, but once you've made so many mistakes, it's like, okay, let me make sure I don't. So this star stick came with this one. Gonna make sure it stays like that. Now, I have one main mixing cup. So I'm gonna take both of these and pour them into this mixing cup. Again, being sure not to cross-contaminate. So that's why this stick is in here, because this is the one I'm gonna use to mix both parts of this. So I'm pouring part A in. And what you want to do is make sure when you're pouring it in, scrape the sides down really good, because you don't want any parts of this missing. It's very important to get all of it out as much as you can. It really makes a difference, because on how your artwork forms or sets. So, you know, you got to make sure you scrape all sides of it, get the bottom of it, bring it down and scrape it on in there. You know, I've learned watching so many videos how to do this, and it's just funny. I've gotten better just watching recent videos of people doing this. I'm like, oh, that's how you do that. I was doing it backwards. So I'm enjoying learning more and more every day with this. And as you can see, I'm scraping. This is the thicker one, so you really have to, you know, scrape this one a lot to get a lot of it off. And be careful so you don't touch everything. Okay, so this belongs to this cup, so I'm leaving it in this cup. I'm going to sit that to the side. And see, it's trying to stick to me already. Turn me loose. Oh, crap. Okay. I'm going to sit it over there. Okay, now I'm going to the second bottle. I'm just trying to make sure I'm paying attention as to which bottle goes to which cup. So I'm doing the same thing with this one. Again, this is the side. Part B is the more liquidier one, so it's easier to pour, but you still scrape the sides around the whole cup. And pour it in there. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have enough to do what it is I really want to do, so I think I am. But if not, it's okay. So, and this one is done. I'm going to put this one over to this side to make sure. And have this bottle with it. Okay, so these are the cups that I'm going to use to create color. Or maybe one or two of them so you can see what I'm doing. So this is the mixture. You take and you mix this. Really, really good. Sometimes when you're looking at it, it looks like really blurry and the lines are like blurring around. I would say keep mixing it and keep mixing it until you know for sure it doesn't look as blurry. You're going to be able to tell once you look, because you'll see how it's trying to mix together, the thicker one and the thinner one. So you'll be able to tell when that happens that you don't need to mix it anymore. Takes about a good 10 minutes. I've gotten so used to this. This is the most tedious part of it, just mixing it. It's not hard to do. It's actually pretty. I'm seeing something that's in my resin. So I want to take it out. Okay. And back to mixing. So, again, there are so many things you could resin. You can make keychains, and I'm going to be making some keychains. I cannot wait. And we'll see. If I have anything left over, I may just pull out my keychain and make a couple keychains. I actually have the keychain ring somewhere around here. I may have to run and get those. Who knows? But then again, I may not. I may just show you a video of them. Again, this is the most tedious part. Oh, again, when you're working with resin, most times it only takes about 45 minutes before it starts to harden. Once you get it to this curing, 30 to 40 minutes. So once you've mixed this, whatever you're going to do, you need to get it ready. Okay, so I may have to create something else because I don't know. But these are the yellow gold ones. So what I'm going to do is some of these I am going to put some crystals in. And then I'm going to make for these, since these have not been done, in order to make sure that this is done correctly, or the ones that are empty, in order to make sure these are done correctly, I have to start off pouring just a little bit at the bottom of each one of these to make sure that the crystal pieces aren't sticking out that I put in there. So it's a very practice makes perfect. So many times I've done it, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And then once I took it out, realized some of the resin wasn't around the crystals. So I have to make sure that I pour a little bit of resin in each one of these before I add the crystals. That's why I'm actually glad that this part is done, so you can see, what needs to be done. So with that being said, I'm going to put the beginning pieces or the beginning pour in the ones that don't have any resin in them at all, so they can start curing. That will be step one. So you don't want to pour it all in there. You just want to pour a little bit, depending on what your kind of resin you have or what kind of mold you have. Just be very careful. Don't over pour, because you want to make sure you have enough room. And it spilled. Dag nabbit. Okay. That's going to come off because it's a silicone mold. But it's okay. So you really got to be careful. Okay. I did those three. The other two, I want to do them in color. So what I'm going to do, since I've already poured these three, just a level base, just a clear base, I'm going to take this one. I don't have another color, and I was kind of trying to figure out which color to make, or which color to make happen. So what I'm going to do is this is acrylic paint. You can use acrylic paint. You can use metallic powder, whatever that your pretty little heart desires. So you don't need a whole bunch, just a little bit. As you can see, I didn't put that much in there. Then I'm going to take this same acrylic resin and pour it in there. I'm just going to do enough for maybe 2 to make sure. I think I did enough. And stir it up. I don't think that's enough. So I'm going to pour a little bit more. Now, I'm going to stir this up, stir the color up. And as you can see, hold on just a second, I'm going to show you. It just takes the color with it. And it mixes the color with the resin. And you stir that up however you want it. And I'm going to let these be the bottom portion of these last two new ones, or empty ones. So I'm going to pour them in the bottom of those. And they're going to be just like these gold ones. I hope I have enough. I think I do. And then you just pour it on in there and let it do what it does. Just have fun with it. I love art. It's so peaceful. And it's messy. But it's okay. I guess it's no fun if it isn't messy, so it's all right. Okay, that's done. And I mixed something. Dang nabbit, I just realized what I did. It's okay. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is get me some, where is my citrine? I had some citrine. I had a whole bunch of citrine and I just I have no idea where it is now. So with those colors, I had citrine. Oh, there's citrine. Okay. So, no, that's not citrine. I'm not getting up from this chair again, so we're going to use another color. That's what we're going to do. Because I do not see citrine. And I know I had it. Okay, this is trash. Pretty much that's going to be trash. Didn't I just have citrine? Did you not see me with citrine? I know you're like, Mel. It's okay. It's okay, Mel. I'm trying to find a color that can actually... Okay, fine. We'll do this one. All right. So, some of these gold ones, I'm just going to leave clear. So what I do, I found a couple little citrine pebbles, so maybe I can do something. Okay, this is fun part. You get to decorate however, let my hand go, turn me loose. Okay. You get to decorate however you want to decorate, whatever you want to do. And when the glove lets me go. Okay. Now, so the gold ones, I'm just going to put whatever colors I feel. I have clear quartz, so I'm going to drop some of those in there. Clean one of them out because I see hair. Get out. Okay. I'm going to put a couple of them with clear on them because some people really love clear quartz. It's amazing how many do. So I'm going to put clear quartz. I think I'm going to do all four at the top with clear quartz. Mind you, these already have been set, so they're just waiting on their next level. You don't want to fill the crystals up all the way to the top because this is the flat side. You want to make sure you have enough in there to set the effect of the crystals on the inside, but make sure that you have enough where when the crystal resin is poured over it, when the resin is poured over it, the crystals don't stick out from above it. You want it to be a flat surface completely. The next color I'm going to use, I've seen a couple citrines, so I'm going to use these in one of them, like I did in the black one. Trying to find more. I have crystals everywhere. I have a bunch of citrine in my jewelry box, my crystal box over here. Trying to get all these in here. what's funny is when you have not done this one. Oh, you know what? Okay, so that one's citrine. I have obsidian. I want to put some obsidian in one of them. So you can just, like I said, you can just get adventurous with this piece of part of it. You don't have to, you know, do it a certain, it's whatever your creativity tells you to do. So this one's going to be black obsidian. Do 2 with black obsidian. I have, I don't know if this will fit in it. Sometimes I like to do something different. This is a cowrie shell. So I'm going to put one of those in it. Again, creativity. I like being different. And then, I don't know, but this is a clear quartz crystal. It looks like it'll fit. So guess what I'm going to do? Oh, maybe not this one, but this one. I can't tell just yet if it fits or not. It looks like it fits better in this one. Okay, I'm going to put that clear quartz in there. I finally get to use the clear quartz. The last one I'm going to put, I'm going to use a tiger's eye crystal, if it'll fit again. Uh-oh, I don't know. This one's a little bit bigger, so I don't think that's going to work. Okay, we're not going to use that one. I just like being adventurous. So, these are the ones I'm going to put. I forgot. I think this is carnelian. And add a little bit of carnelian in there. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I take that back. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to leave that one clear. And as I think, no, I'm not. Hold on. I am going to, I need to hurry up and decide because I got to get this resin poured. I was going to use black, but I changed my mind. So I'm just going to leave it clear. Leave it clear. Unless I find another color, which I'm not going to worry about because either way it goes, it's still going to be nice. So, put all my little crystal boxes away now. Sometimes too much is just too much. I could use tiger's eye crystals, but I think I just want to leave it clear. So, with that being said, now you already have these that have been filled, so they're going to sit there and they're going to harden. Normally, I usually leave these overnight to harden on their own, to rest, to do whatever it is they need to do to cure. These I'm getting ready to pour the rest of this resin. Oh, Lord. It spilled a little. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead on and fill the rest of these up that haven't been. These are going to be the second wave because they have to get hard. These are already done first wave, so I'm going to give them the rest of the cure. So the resin, so they can go ahead on and cure. I'm going to start with this one, the one that doesn't have anything in it. And sometimes you do try to stop it before and you try to catch it, and sometimes you can't. And you go to the next one. Be careful because that has something in it, so you want to make sure that the resin runs. the way it's supposed to run. And catch it so it doesn't run over the best you can. And it has a little lump in it, so I'm not too crazy about that. So that cowrie shell is going to stick out just a little. Probably. Let's see if I can fix it. Let me see if I can make it without overflowing. I don't know. Okay. Let me go ahead on to the next one. I don't want to overdo it. Same thing. This has... Now, the one thing that you want to do is when you're pouring this resin is check for bubbles, because they will show up. And if they are too big, if you don't catch them, so I'm going to show you what we normally do when this happens, especially since I have so many small crystals in here. You need to be sure that you catch them all. And of course I messed up again, but it's okay. It's going to get hard and it's going to peel off since it's a silicone mold. Okay, next one, I have 4 left, so I think I should have enough. I see bubbles, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you in just a minute. Because sometimes what you can do instead of just pouring the resin over the crystals is pour the resin first and then drop the crystals in. But don't pour the resin completely to the top. Leave a little bit of room so you can pour your crystals, put your crystals in there, and they do not overflow. So you kind of like do it one at a time. Take your time to make sure you don't overdo it. Okay. So I think one bubble came to the top. Trying to get these a little bit more. Okay, and it's spilling. Yeah. It's so peaceful and quiet. Oh, I think it overflowed. Maybe not. I'm not going to touch it either. And I have resin that's trying to, there it is, drop. This can get very messy. But if you don't have a problem with it, it can be also very peaceful and calming and relaxing. I enjoy it. Oh, overflow. Yeah, that's gonna overflow. It's gonna throw my whole thing off, so I may have to fix that. I'm pretty sure I am gonna fix it. Let's do that now. I'm gonna wipe this off, and I'm going to scrape because this is overflowing tremendously. That's the one thing you don't want it to do. The fun part, when we're going to get to the good part. Okay. I just took it, scraped it to the next one. It's okay. Because you can always fix it. That's the fun part about it. Fixing it. And it's not being so bad. So, I got to refill it because I took too much out. Just got to watch what I do. Some of them are going to have a little bit of overflow, but it's okay. So I think with the rest of this resin, I'm going to make either a coaster or a keychain, one of the two. So now those are ready. All I need to do is get a little torch thing, and I'll show it to you in just a moment. Okay, so I got my torch. Had to go get it. This looks so messy, but it's actually worth it in the end. Torch. It's called a turbo blue torch. They have them different sizes. I saw this at the Dollar General, and they had a bunch of them. So I said, "Ooh, I need that for my paintings." You also need this for your resin art too. The one thing that you want to be sure of is this is toxic and it's flammable. So when you put this over it, you're just hovering over it a little bit to bust the bubbles. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. You see the flame, and it'll bust the bubbles as they come to the surface. You don't want it directly on it because it will catch fire. So you just want to kind of like lightly over the top. And these things have distance, so you don't have to do much. Kind of want to keep an eye on everything, see what's going on, where the bubbles are as they're coming up, because these little bubbles form bigger bubbles. See that? You see the smoke? That's why you got to be careful. Whew, I smell it too. Okay, so that's the part where now these get to sit overnight. I'm not going to touch them. I'm going to take this extra resin and probably make a keychain with the extra resin so it doesn't, go bad. But what these end up looking like, and I'll show you some of the ones that are already done, that I've already done. End up looking like this. Well, this is a black face. This is the front of this is black onyx. And I created that, and then I put these crystals in it. Can you see them? I want to say they're peridot, but they're not. I'm pretty sure they're not. But, and then I did the same thing with this one. I colored it black. And then I put citrine. This is definitely citrine. This one is black, but it has crystal clear quartz. These are the black ones. And then, as you've seen with my chakra wand, my chakra bracelet, this one is a clear one, and it has each color of the chakra in there. Each crystal represents 7 crystals in there, and they represent the chakras. So this one was a clear one. So this is what they turn out looking like after you're done. So what happens is these harden. They come looking like this, whatever the design is. Then I'm going to show you what I do really quick. And as you can see, I got one that came up with a bubble, so I'm glad I'm paying attention. There it is right there. Got to pay attention, because sometimes those bubbles will creep up and you don't even realize it. And next thing you know, you're like, I didn't do that. Or I didn't mean to. Be patient with it. Be kind with it. Okay. So you've seen what I've done to get them like this. You've seen what they come out and what they look like. So now, the next part, which is really simple. Remember when I said I had the smaller versions of these for these are silver backings. And then this is the gold one. You can get these at Hobby Lobby. So what I would do, damn it. Oh, here it is right here. I was like, please don't let me have to get up again. For this purpose only, I'm just going to show you. I normally use super glue. I can't find my super glue right now. So I'm just going to use tacky glue right now just for teaching purposes. But for the actual, you would use super glue because you want to make sure that this backing stays on the back of here. So basically what I do is for this one particular one, since this surface is here is flat in the back of it, the backing looks like this. So what you want to do is take this, just like that, put your finger right here, and put that there. So it looks like this. And let me pull it apart so you'll see what I'm talking about. This, here's the hook at the top. So when you glue it, that's the flat part. You want the hook at the top, but you want that just like that in the middle. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the sticky tacky glue and put a dip of it right there at the top of my heart in the back. And all I'm going to do is just as I showed you with the hook, I'm going to place that backing right there in the center of that heart. And I'm going to place it there. When you're using super glue, just so you know, you got to make sure you line it up correctly, of course. When you're using super glue, it's not going to stick automatically. So again, put on your gloves because you know how super glue does. But you also want to put enough on that back of the jewelry that you're trying to create. And even if the piece of it, if this piece of it slides around, it's okay because it's just trying to get firm. Just kind of sit it on there. Make sure it's not crooked or anything. And with super glue, sit it down somewhere and just let it do what it does. Eventually, you'll be able to grab this and it won't come off. So this is what it'll look like. Then all you have to do is take this necklace, depending on where you want the clasp, the side of the clasp at. I can't put this on there completely right now because this is not dry. But I'm going to show you what it looks like. You slide it through because the hole is big enough. The hoop is big enough, put it like that. And you put it on there. Instant necklace. Bam, there you go, right there. So since I can't do that right now because this one is not completely dry, I'm just going to sit it to the side. It's sticking though. It looks like it's trying to stick. There it is. So that's what I did. And that's what I do. This is how I make my necklaces. This one has a crystal quartz backing. So I'm going to let this one sit because I'm pretty sure it's not all the way dry. These are going to finish drying as I keep my eye on them for any bubbles. And I'm going to let them do their thing. And they'll be ready tomorrow for me to take out and get some more clasps because I only have like one left. And buy some more clasps, put those clasps on there, and create my necklaces. So if you have any questions, be sure to post them below in the comments. Again, in my description, I'm going to add the information from where you can get these items. But I hope this help was very helpful to everyone. This is my first tutorial, so I'm not sure if I gave you enough information, but it's very basic. It all depends on what type of silicone mold. I'm going to say silicone molds are best if you're going to use things like this, but you can create anything you like with this type of resin. You can do so much. You can do table countertops, literally. I mean, it's amazing what you can do. Excuse me. So I encourage you all to try it. Have fun. Start off something small like this until you get used to using the resin and understanding how it works and the tricks and trades. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. Trust me, I have. I still do. But I've gotten so much better, and I found a resin that I actually like, and it works better for me. So amazing clear cast. CAST is the actual product. And again, you can get that, not just, it doesn't have to be in these small bottles. It can get them, you can get them in the jugs. And they're available on Amazon.com. So with that being said, I wish you all a wonderful night. Have a beautiful evening. Take care and God bless. Bye.